Before you can even conduct any real estate business at all, you have to choose what brokerage you want to work with. And that is one of the most impactful decisions that you're going to have to make in your real estate career, because the most vital time of that career is right at the beginning. There's a reason that most people quit before they have to renew their license in 2 years. It's because they're not getting the support, or they feel like it's not right for them. So you want to make a decision of what company you want to work for and what company is going to support you and help you through that time. And you have to do it without even really knowing what kind of help you need. So how can you best make that decision while being as informed as possible to try to set yourself up for success? Let me just say that if you make the wrong decision, you can switch brokerages and hang your license with the different brokerages even a month or two after you choose, once you realize that you made a bad decision. But you want to try to make that decision correctly the first time. So what can we do to try to make that happen? Well, the first thing you can do is try to interview with as many as possible. Okay, look in your area. There's going to be a wide variety of brokerages, from the Keller Williams and Remax franchises that have hundreds or thousands of agents every office, or you can work for the other end of things, which is just like a mom and pop brokerages that might have 10 or less people working for it. It's going to be good for you to try to get both ends of the spectrum and some brokerages that are in the middle. So the company that I ended up going with, Realty Group, is a company with multiple offices. We do have hundreds of agents across those offices, but it's not a franchise. So it's owned by I guess in this case, two people. It's a pair of CEOs, and they are the only owners of Realty Group. You're not dealing with multiple owners with different brokerages under the same name. So each one is going to cater to a different kind of agent. When I went to Remax, they really made it clear they were looking for more of an experienced agent that already knew where their business is coming from, and their model of like a flat rate instead of a commission split catered more towards that kind of agent, where the monthly payment, even though it's high, isn't going to be as bad as somebody that knows they have money coming in. Whereas Keller Williams prides themselves on their new agent experience and all their free training. I do find it funny, I just got to say that out of all the brokerages I went to, Keller Williams is the only one that really talks about how awesome their free training is, and they're also the only brokerage that has paid training as well. Every company has free training, okay? As a broker that you're going to have to have some sort of training class nowadays. That's just how the market is on their end. So you're going to be hard pressed to find a company that doesn't have any sort of training or mentorship program, okay? So don't fall into that trap of a company boasting about their training. What else do you have? Every company has training. The biggest, the thing that is most important to you as an agent is the support that you get, because let me back up here. The most important thing to me as a new agent was the commission split. Okay, how much money am I going to be giving away? How exactly does that work? How much am I getting paid? Okay, that was the number one thing on my mind. So of course I researched that, and I came across this notion that as a new agent, the commission split should be the last thing you're worried about. They said that don't worry about how much money you're making. You want to worry about the training and the support. But I completely disagree with that. I think that the commission split and the support go hand in hand, because I don't want to join a company just looking at my first year, who's going to give me the best starting out experience. I want to join a company that's also going to be good for me later on. I don't want to feel like I outgrow my brokerage because they're taking too much of my paycheck and I don't need the training anymore. And again, every company does training, but they all charge different commission splits. There are brokerages out there that don't charge any commission split. So how is it possible that the company I work for can charge me only $100 a month for the broker fee, the monthly fee, whatever they call it, and no commission from my paychecks, yet they can still offer me training every week. And they also have other support as well that I'll go into. But when a company and a brokerage is asking you to pay 25% or 33% of your commission, you shouldn't just base it off of, I want to choose the company that takes the least amount of money, but you want to balance that out with, well, if I'm giving away 10 more percent or 25 more percent to this company, what are they giving me as value back for that? Or are they just taking my money so that way I can put their name on my business card? So, for instance, the two companies that I had nailed it down to was Keller Williams and the company that I had joined now, Realty Group. And I went to Keller Williams and this company I joined, like, 6 or 7 times each. I was interviewing with different teams. I was attending the training, seeing what one was the best fit. And I ended up just joining Realty Group almost on a coin flip. But I also had a notion that I'd fit in better at Realty Group just because, the culture matched my personality better. But ultimately, it was a coin flip, basically. They were pretty even in my mind. I didn't fully appreciate how good of a decision I made and how bad it would have been joining Keller Williams, for me anyways, until, months and even, a year afterwards, I really appreciated how good of a decision I made because of the support that I get, okay? I ended up joining a team within Realty Group, and my next video is going to be about, should I join a team or not? What can a team provide me? So let's just try to focus on the brokerage, though. Keller Williams is going to take 33% of my commission. And I still was going to have to pay for printer paper. I still was going to have to pay a few $100s a month for their broker fee. And I was still going to have to pay if I wanted like an office space. I didn't have money for that. I had $300 in my bank account by the time that I had my license in my hand. So I didn't have money for an office. This office I'm sitting in right now, this is all included in my split with my team, which is only 25%. So I basically had a choice. Do I want to make a decision to go with a brokerage that is going to charge me 33% just because, that's just how it works in the business. Every company charges a commission split, and I basically got nothing back for it. Or do I want to join a company that, in this case, a team, okay, that does take a commission split as well? 25% is what my team takes from all my deals. But in return, I get leads, okay? They invest in the leads for me, so I don't have to take that risk. My entire first year of business was all team leads that they gave to me, and I worked, and that allowed me to generate some income and some capital to reinvest in myself. So now I was able to make some money and generate my own leads and use my own marketing, and I never had to solicit my friends or family for any business because I knew I didn't want to do that, okay? So they literally give me business. I got all the training, just as high quality, just as often as Keller Williams. Didn't fall into that trap. I get a transaction coordinator for free, so I don't have to write any purchase agreements. I don't have to worry about do I have everything for my file. I mean, her whole job is to make sure the file is put together, everybody has what they need, and that it closes on time and everything like that. I still write my own contracts because I'm sort of a control freak, but I know that if I'm ever on the road and I need an offer in right away, I have somebody that I can call that's going to do that work for me, and that's included in my 25%. I get a free media and marketing person, so if I want postcards sent out, I can have her custom make me postcards for whatever sort of message that I want. I know that every time I have a deal go under contract or sell, they make a really nice professional looking internet flyer for me so I can put that out to my people. If I wanted to do an open house, they make these nice flyers I can hand out to people. Everything is very professional. I get to present myself in a professional way because I know that if I was an agent and I didn't have that resource, I would be trying to do my own thing on, MS Paint, and it would look like crap. And it would just be embarrassing and make me look like an amateur. I don't have to worry about that. That's included in the 25%. I have printers, more printers than I could want. I have one right there. I have one over there. There's at least one at every other office. And I don't have to pay for the ink. I don't have to pay for the printer paper. It's all just available to me. Again, Workspace, I have an office that I'm sitting in right now. I do share this office with some people, but I'm the only one ever here. This is the biggest office in the building. And, I have, let's take a look around here. I mean, it's pretty nice, right? For free. It's included in the 25%. I get, other offices too. I mean, we have one on every side of town. So it doesn't matter where I am. I can just stop by if I have time to kill, pop my laptop down, and I can work anywhere I want. And then, my company also has like public spaces to work as well, the brokerage itself, not just my team. I have a CRM that they pay for me. So I have, over 1,000 contacts in leads that I've accumulated over the time that I've been an agent, and I'm able to put them on drip campaigns. I have them organized by their hotness levels, and I have different tags, and I send out over 1,000 texts a month through that CRM and emails as well, and all that is free to me. I mean, that's a massive part of how I work leads, and that alone will cost, probably over $150 a month. So, I mean, let's look at the value here. I mean, I'm getting leads. They're just giving me business, okay? And I'm getting training and TC, which will probably cost a few $100s per transaction. I'm getting the media and marketing, which, who knows how much that would cost, but I get a printer, I don't have to pay for ink or anything like that. I get the office, which probably would be, $500, $600 a month. If I wanted to get my own, we got the CRM, which again is like $150. I'm probably getting over $1,000 of value included. It's $1,000 a month of value included into that 25% that I pay. Not to mention how much money that I've gained by working the leads that they just give me on top of the leads I generate myself. So there's value there in that 25%. So just know that when you're interviewing these different brokerages and they're asking for so much money, don't feel like it's incorrect to ask what they're doing for you. How is that money going to benefit me? And just be aware that there are options for you as an agent where you can give that money away, but you're still going to get a whole lot of value for that. If you feel like you're getting ripped off by the commission split, and your only justification for that is that, oh, well, this is just how it is, that's how the business has always been, don't fall into that trap, okay? Just know there are better options out there, and don't be afraid to ask these brokerages, okay, well, I interviewed with a different company and they're giving me a free CRM and they're giving me a free transaction coordinator, so do you offer that as well? And if they say no, well, what else do I get for my money? I mean, I'm giving you, if you get $5,000 for a commission check, you're giving them probably $2,000. Where's that money going? Is it just to put their name on your business card? Because that's not what a brokerage is supposed to be, okay? One last thing I want to talk about is the pyramid scheme aspect of some of these companies. A lot of people get into the business because they get recruited by somebody that they know that is an agent, okay? If you're being brought into a company by an agent, you got to ask yourself, what are they getting for that recruitment? There's a lot of incentives in different companies, and there are a lot of agents whose entire business model is taking advantage of those incentives. So two companies that I know have very high incentives, and what do they call it? Profit sharing. It's essentially like a pyramid scheme aspect of their company. It's EXP and Keller Williams. So if you recruit a agent to the company, they become like a part of your downline, and if they do any sales, then the money comes back to you. And I believe if that agent was to recruit somebody, then their recruited person, if they do any business, is also going to come back up to you in a way as well. So there are agents, like I get calls from these people in like the Philippines or India or whatever. They're working in a call center and they're calling on behalf of a Keller Williams agent because the agent paid a call center overseas to call agents and try to get people recruited under her. So make sure that if you're being recruited in by somebody, that you aren't just going to be left to dry and left to your own devices. Either that person should be mentoring you, or you should have a very clear idea of what sort of support you're getting, okay? Don't just think because I'm going to be working with this person, that's the right decision. Especially like if you met them in that capacity, like as a professional, if you're not like friends with them, totally separate from their real estate career, then it may be that they're just trying to get you in because they're going to be heavily compensated for that, and you want to make sure that you're not just a number to somebody else, okay? A lot of these brokerages are going to just take anybody that walks through the door. So since if you're in an interview with them, in a meeting with them, one of those two parties, either you or them, has to be picky. It has to make a decision. And if you already know that by the time you walk into the door that they're going to hire you, then you have to be the one that is trying to be picky and has to make a decision. Do I want this brokerage representing me or not? So that's really all I have to say about that. I hope that this was able to put some things into perspective and help you understand what some of the best support you can get from a brokerage is. So that way, when you are interviewing with these brokerages, you can ask them if they're going to be providing any of these things, and just sort of compare these companies to my experience and just know that there are some good options out there. So do your best to find whatever option is going to give you that level of support. Next video is going to be talking about whether or not you should join a team. There's pros and cons to that, obviously, and there's a lot of mixed opinions out there online about whether or not you should join a team. So I definitely want to dive into that, tell you what a team has provided to me, and why I might, make a decision as a new agent not to join a team, and whether or not a team is going to be a good option for me for the long term.